The world gave for dead to the Japanese conservatism facing the invasion of Chinese gadgets, but 2026 marks the start of a ruthless offensive. Japan has not been asleep. It has been perfecting a counterattack based on survival engineering that will make the giant screens of the competition look like broken toys. While others sell programmed obsolescence, brands like Toyota, Nissan and Isuzu launch machines designed to continue operating in the year 2050. It is the end of the truce. Today we dissect the 15 beasts that come to reclaim the global throne. We start. Number 15. Subaru Baja. Subaru has decided that 2026 is the perfect moment to settle a historical debt with its most faithful followers. The return of the Subaru Baja is not simply an exercise of nostalgia, but a technical response to the growing demand for vehicles that can handle with the same solvency on a wet highway than on a path of loose dirt toward the mountain. The new Baja uses the global platform of Subaru reinforced, what grants it the lowest center of gravity of its whole category. This translates into a stability that no other truck with a cargo box can offer, eliminating Guhut characteristic swaying of the pickups when curves are taken at highway speeds. The system of symmetrical integral traction is, without doubt, the absolute protagonist of this engineering. Unlike other systems that only activate when they detect a loss of grip, the system of Subaru sends power to the four wheels in a constant way. For 2026, the engineers have integrated a new management mode that allows a distribution of active torque capable of braking individually the interior wheels in a curve to improve the trajectory. Under the hood, the brand has opted for a boxer engine of 2.4 litres turbocharged that generates 260 horsepower. The configuration of horizontally opposed cylinders is not only a signature of the house, but a mechanical advantage that reduces vibrations and allows the engine to sit very low in the front compartment, improving safety in case of collision. Number 14. Mitsubishi L200/Triton. The Mitsubishi L200, known in other markets as Triton, has given a quantum leap for the year 2026. Mitsubishi has left behind the years of minor updates to present a completely new platform, developed with a structural rigidity that has increased in a 60% respect to the previous model. This change is not only to improve safety, but to allow that the new suspension system works with a millimetric precision. The exterior design abandons the soft curves of the past to adopt an aesthetic that the brand names Dynamic Shield, with very angular lines and a front grille that projects an image of total invulnerability. The great jewel of the crown in the L200 of 2026 is its new engine of 2.4 litres with double turbocharger. This configuration allows to reach the 204 horsepower, but the most important thing is that it delivers 470 Newton-meters of torque from barely 1,500 revolutions per minute. This delivery of almost instant force is what the professional users of Mitsubishi have been asking for to be able to start on pronounced slopes with maximum load without punishing the clutch or the transmission. The gearbox automatic of 6 speeds has been recalibrated to offer shorter and more efficient gear steps, optimizing the fuel consumption in cycles of heavy work. Number 13. Toyota Stout. Toyota has identified an enormous void in the current market, the disappearance of the small and affordable pickups. For that reason, for 2026, they resurrect the name Stout to give life to a truck that seeks to be the nightmare of any manufacturer that tries to compete in price and quality. The Toyota Stout is not a simplified Tacoma. It is a vehicle designed from zero with a philosophy of maximum efficiency and basic durability. The objective is clear: to offer a legitimate Japanese truck for a price that starts below the $25,000, what converts it into an irresistible option both for fleets of companies as for young people who need their first cargo vehicle. To achieve this price without sacrificing the mechanical quality, Toyota has used a variant of its modular platform that prioritizes simplicity. The Stout uses an engine of 2.5 litres of 4 cylinders with natural aspiration that delivers some honest 203 horsepower. By avoiding the use of complex turbochargers in its entry version, Toyota ensures a much more economical maintenance and a mechanical longevity that can easily exceed the 500,000 kilometers. The transmission is an automatic box of 8 speeds that has been tested in millions of units at a global level, guaranteeing that the spare parts and the technical service are accessible in any corner of the planet. Number 12. Nissan Titan. The Nissan Titan finds itself in a bittersweet moment in 2026. While rumors circulate about its exit from the North American market to give way to electric models, the current version of the Titan has converted into the smartest purchase for those who seek the maximum Japanese power in full-size format. Nissan has decided to endow the Titan of 2026 with all the possible equipment, converting it into a special farewell edition that offers more value for each dollar invested than its direct competitors. It is the last opportunity to possess a pickup of American dimensions with the soul and the reliability of the engineering of Nissan. The heart of the Titan continues being the imposing V8 engine of 5.6 litres of the Endurance family. This engine produces 400 horsepower and 560 Newton-meters of torque, delivering a sound and a sensation of power that modern six-cylinder engines simply cannot replicate. The automatic transmission of 9 speeds works in an impeccable way to maintain this enormous engine in its optimum zone of performance. Furthermore, the version Pro 4X comes equipped with Bilstein shocks of high performance and a rear differential with electronic lock, what converts it into one of the best options for the heavy off-road directly from the dealership. Number 11. Mitsubishi Raider. The name Raider has remained in oblivion during a long time, but for 2026, the internal reports indicate that Mitsubishi is preparing its triumphal return. The concept behind the new Raider is to leverage the global alliance with Nissan to create a medium pickup that is located on a different step than the L200. While the L200 is a global work tool, the Raider of 2026 points to a market that seeks a more aggressive design, a wider cabin and a mechanical configuration oriented to the active lifestyle and to high performance off the road. The technical strategy for the Raider involves the use of a shared chassis that would allow it to mount a V6 biturbo engine of 3 litres, capable of generating more than 350 horsepower. This would place Mitsubishi in direct competition with the versions of high performance of other brands. The idea is to offer a truck that not only is capable of carrying 1 ton, but that can cross sand dunes at high speed with a suspension of long travel designed specifically to absorb severe impacts. One speaks of the incorporation of an optional plug-in hybrid system, inherited from the leading technology of the Outlander, what would allow the Raider to circulate in purely electric mode during 70 kilometers before activating the combustion engine. Number 10. Toyota Hilux 9th generation. The arrival of the 9th generation of the Toyota Hilux marks a milestone in the history of the Japanese automotive engineering. After almost a decade with the previous platform, Toyota has decided that 2026 be the year in which the most famous truck in the world for its durability evolves toward efficiency without losing not 1 gram of its characteristic robustness. The challenge for the engineers was not only to create a new truck, but to convince the most traditional users that the 48-volt light hybridization technology is the perfect complement for the legendary turbodiesel engine of 2.8 liters. This system is not designed for the truck to function in a purely electric manner, but to assist in the moments of greatest effort, like the start from zero or the speed recoveries under heavy load. The micro-hybrid system of the Hilux 2026 uses a belt-driven motor generator that recovers energy during deceleration and stores it in a compact lithium battery situated under the rear seats. This energy is used to power the electric systems of the vehicle when the thermal engine turns off in stops, allowing a much smoother functioning of the automatic start and stop system. In terms of performance, this translates into a reduction of fuel consumption of up to 10% in urban cycles and, the most important thing for workers, an increase of 30 additional Newton-meters of torque in the low range of revolutions. The structure of the Hilux now is based on the modular platform of chassis on frame that it shares with the Land Cruiser 300, what means that the torsional rigidity has improved in a drastic manner, allowing that the rear leaf spring suspension be more flexible and comfortable without compromising the cargo capacity of 1 ton. Number 9. Nissan Frontier Pro 4X. The Nissan Frontier Pro 4X of 2026 represents the peak of what a medium pickup can achieve when it forgets about passing fashions and concentrates on pure performance off the asphalt. Nissan has listened to the enthusiasts who ask for vehicles ready for adventure without need of third-party modifications. This version is not only an aesthetic package, it is a deep re-engineering of the suspension and traction system. The use of shocks of the Bilstein brand, calibrated specifically for this platform, allows that the Frontier absorbs high-frequency impacts on dirt paths at considerable speeds, maintaining always the control of the steering and avoiding the excessive bounce of the rear axle. Mechanically, Nissan maintains its bet for the V6 engine of 3.8 litres with direct injection, which delivers 310 horsepower. It is one of the most powerful naturally aspirated engines of its class, offering a linear and predictable response that is vital when one is negotiating a technical ascent over rocks where a turbo lag could cause a loss of dangerous traction. The automatic transmission of 9 speeds has been optimized for 2026 with an improved thermal management, allowing to tow up to 3,000 units of weight in kilograms without the fluid of the box reaching critical temperatures. The total traction system includes an electronic transfer case of 2 speeds with short gear ratios that multiply the torque in a phenomenal way for rescue situations or deep mud. Number 8. Mitsubishi L200 Electric. Mitsubishi has decided to take a bold step by presenting the totally electric variant of its iconic L200 for the market of 2026. This movement does not seek to replace immediately the diesel versions, but to offer a viable alternative for mining companies, technified agriculture and urban fleets that operate in zones with emission restrictions. The architecture of this truck has been modified to house a battery pack of 80 kilowatt-hours in the central section of the chassis, protected by a reinforced cradle structure that avoids any damage by inferior impacts. The use of 2 electric motors, 1 in each axle, grants it an intelligent integral traction that can distribute 100% of the torque to a single wheel in a matter of milliseconds if the system detects a slip. The combined power of these motors reaches 350 horsepower, but the figure that really impresses is the instant torque of 600 Newton-meters available from 0 revolutions per minute. This characteristic makes the electric L200 surprisingly agile, even when it transports its maximum load in the bed. The estimated autonomy under the standard test cycle is of 450 kilometers, a figure more than sufficient for the majority of the intense workdays. Furthermore, Mitsubishi has implemented the bidirectional charging technology. What allows that the pickup functions like an enormous portable power bank capable of powering heavy electric tools, lighting systems or even a small dwelling in case of emergency, delivering up to 3.6 kilowatts of output through integrated plugs in the cargo box. Number 7. Toyota Tundra iForce Max. The Toyota Tundra iForce Max of 2026 is the definitive response of the Japanese engineering to the traditional belief that there is no substitute for the displacement of a V8 engine. By combining a V6 engine of 3.5 litres with double turbocharger and an electric motor integrated between the block and the transmission, Toyota has achieved some performance figures that leave behind almost any atmospheric 8-cylinder engine of the market. We are talking about 437 horsepower and a massive torque of 790 Newton-meters. This high-performance hybrid system is not focused solely on fuel saving, but on providing a flat power curve that allows a vigorous acceleration and a towing capacity of almost 6 tons with an amazing ease. The key of the iForce Max system is its nickel-metal hydride battery that, although it is a more mature technology than lithium, offers a superior durability and thermal resistance for the rough use that is expected from a Tundra. The electric motor of 48 horsepower contributes its torque in an immediate way, eliminating any trace of delay of the turbochargers and providing an exit from a standstill that feels more similar to that of a sports vehicle than to that of a truck of 3 tons. The automatic transmission of 10 speeds has been reinforced internally to withstand the enormous torsion forces, allowing almost imperceptible gear changes that optimize both the comfort and the efficiency. Number 6. Isuzu D-Max Electric. Isuzu, the giant of industrial diesel engines, has surprised the world with the presentation of the electric D-Max for the year 2026. What makes this launch so relevant is the pragmatic focus of the brand. They have created an electric pickup that maintains exactly the same work capacities as its combustion version. While many manufacturers sacrifice the towing capacity or the payload to accommodate the batteries, Isuzu has designed an integrated structure that allows the electric D-Max to tow 3,500 kilograms and load 1 full ton in its bed. This achievement is due to a propulsion system of rear rigid axle with integrated motor, a robust engineering solution that minimizes energy losses and maximizes the delivery of force to the rear wheels. The electric motor generates a power equivalent to 177 horsepower, but with a torque of 325 Newton-meters available in a constant way. The battery of 66.9 kilowatt-hours has been tested in the most extreme climates, from the Arctic cold to the suffocating heat of the Australian desert, guaranteeing that the performance of the truck does not see itself affected by the ambient temperature. Isuzu has maintained the simplicity in the design of the cabin, prioritizing the durability and the ease of use, with large physical controls that can be operated with work gloves. The regenerative braking system counts with several levels of intensity, allowing to perform pronounced descents with heavy load using only the electric motor to brake the vehicle, what reduces drastically the wear of the conventional brakes. Number 5. Toyota Tacoma. The Toyota Tacoma of 2026 consolidates its position as the best-selling medium truck in the North America region, but this time it does it with a proposal that redefines the concept of factory preparation. The great novelty is the variant Trailhunter, an edition designed from zero for over-equipment and long-distance expeditions. Unlike the versions oriented to speed in the desert, the Trailhunter focuses on the constant cargo capacity and the durability in technical slow terrains. To achieve this, Toyota has partnered with specialists in adventure equipment to integrate components that normally a user would have to install in an independent way, losing the factory warranty. The heart of the Tacoma Trailhunter is the hybrid iForce Max engine of 2.4 liters with 4 cylinders and turbocharger. This assembly delivers 326 horsepower and an impressive torque of 630 Newton-meters, significantly surpassing the V6 engines of the competition. The integration of an electric motor of 48 horsepower within the 8-speed transmission allows the torque to be almost instant, something vital when one tries to overcome a rock obstacle with full load. The suspension has been entrusted to shocks of the brand Old Man Emu, with remote reservoirs and a specific adjustment to withstand the additional weight of steel bumpers, protection steps and storage systems in the bed. Number 4. Nissan Patrol Pickup. The Nissan Patrol Pickup of 2026 represents one of the most fascinating anomalies of the modern automotive industry. While the world moves toward complex electronics and total digitalization, Nissan maintains alive the platform Y61 in specific markets of Middle East and Australia. This truck is, in essence, a perfected time capsule. It does not seek to be the fastest nor the most luxurious, but to be the only one that continues functioning when temperatures exceed 50 degrees Celsius and the fine sand of the desert tries to penetrate in each mechanical component. Its architecture of rigid axles, both in the front part as in the rear, is a characteristic that practically has disappeared from modern trucks, offering an articulation and a resistance to impacts that independent suspension systems cannot equal. Number 3. Toyota Land Cruiser Series 70 Pickup. The Toyota Land Cruiser Series 70 is probably the most respected vehicle in the history of heavy work. For the year 2026, Toyota has performed a masterful update that maintains the iconic design of 1984 but integrates mechanical components of last generation. The main novelty is the incorporation of the turbo diesel engine of 2.8 liters and 4 cylinders, coupled to an automatic transmission of 6 speeds. This combination, that could look heretical for the purists of the V8 diesel engines, has demonstrated to be more efficient, lighter and capable of delivering the maximum torque at much lower revolutions, what facilitates the work on pronounced slopes or terrains of deep mud. The structure of the Series 70 continues basing itself on a ladder chassis of extremely thick steel, designed to last decades without presenting structural fatigue. Unlike the modern trucks that use much electronics to manage traction, the Land Cruiser maintains mechanical differential locks front and rear that are activated manually. This guarantees that the vehicle has real traction on the 4 wheels in a simultaneous way, without importing if some of them is suspended in the air. The cargo capacity is maintained in 1.5 tons for the chassis cab versions, while the towing capacity reaches the 3,500 kilograms without apparent effort. Number 2. Toyota Hilux BEV. The Toyota Hilux BEV, or battery electric vehicle, represents the adaptation of the most reliable platform in the world to the new reality of zero emissions. Unlike other manufacturers that design electric trucks for the mass consumer market, Toyota has developed this Hilux thinking specifically in controlled industrial environments like underground mines, cargo ports, and large manufacturing complexes. In these places, ventilation is a critical problem and noise can be a factor of occupational risk. The electric Hilux eliminates these problems from the root, offering a silent operation and without exhaust gases, without sacrificing the durability of the chassis that has made the Hilux famous. The electric propulsion system has been designed to be modular. Instead of a giant battery that adds an excessive weight, the Hilux BEV uses an optimized package that prioritizes the fast charging time and the delivery of constant torque. The electric motor, situated in the rear axle, delivers a power of 150 kilowatts and allows that the truck maintains its exterior dimensions intact, what facilitates movement in narrow tunnels or saturated warehouses. The rear suspension has been reinforced to handle the weight of the batteries in a way that the center of gravity be lower, improving the stability of the vehicle when one circulates through irregular industrial paths. Number 1. Suzuki Carry. The first place of this list is not occupied by the most powerful nor the largest, but by the smartest. The Suzuki Carry of 2026 is the perfect example of Japanese efficiency taken to the extreme, with a price that is maintained below the $10,000 in the majority of its markets of origin. This small pickup of cab-over type, that is to say, with the cabin over the engine, offers a cargo capacity of almost 1 ton in a platform that measures less than 4 meters of length. In a world where trucks are increasingly gigantic and difficult to maneuver, the Suzuki Carry moves through narrow streets and rural paths where a Tundra or a Raptor simply would stay stuck. The engine of 1.5 liters of 4 cylinders has been refined for 2026 to offer a fuel consumption that looks more like that of a compact car than that of a cargo vehicle. It does not have complex turbos nor expensive hybrid systems. It is pure and simple mechanics designed to last hundreds of thousands of kilometers with a minimum maintenance. The manual transmission of 5 speeds has very short ratios in the first gears, what allows the Carry to start with full load even on strong slopes. The cargo bed is completely flat and the 3 sides can be folded down, converting it into a cargo platform accessible from any angle, a characteristic that many large trucks have forgotten. The panorama of the Japanese trucks for 2026 leaves us a clear lesson. The true luxury in a work vehicle is peace of mind. Whether it is the hybrid sophistication of the Tundra, the ancestral resistance of the Land Cruiser Series 70, or the humble efficiency of the Suzuki Carry, all share a conductor thread which is respect for the user.